If you're feeling all the fucking rage and the anger and the frustration, and you're either afraid of or uncomfortable with these emotions, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about why we experience these supercharged emotions, why it can be scary to feel them, and how we can actually use them as valuable resources for creating clarity, strength, and positive momentum in our lives. And no, this is not going to be a load of toxic positivity bullshit. You deserve better than that. Welcome to Creative Self-Care. I'm Crystal McLain, somatic practitioner, nervous system educator, and your guide to stress management, resilience building, and radical self-reclamation. If you'd like to support this work and want to dive deeper with practical tools and a supportive community, come find us in the Uprising over at Patreon. To learn more, visit crystalmclaincreative.com. All right, my friend, let's start with why we might be experiencing emotions from the rage family. So if you've been hanging out with me and the Uprising over at Patreon, then you know that your nervous system has just one job, and that job is to keep you safe. And the emotions and physical sensations that you experience are a biological reaction to your nervous system detecting something unsafe. And when that happens, when your nervous system detects something unsafe, the autonomic nervous system kicks into gear and sends you into either a state of fight or flight or fawn and freeze. And if this is new information for you and you're thinking, holy shit, I really need to understand how this nervous system works so that I can take better care of it, I got you. Inside the Uprising over at Patreon, I have a self-guided course called Turn Stress into Strength, where you'll learn everything you need to fully understand how and why you respond to stress the way that you do. And more importantly, how to process it so you can move out of nervous system states like rage and fear and overwhelm. Anyway, rage typically pops up because a boundary has been crossed. A need has been blatantly ignored. Rage is your body's way of saying, hello, we've been violated here. Do something about it. And so that heat and the shakiness and the muscle tension, that's literally your body preparing you to take action, whatever that might mean in the moment. And when we follow through and take action, that actually signals safety to the nervous system, and it completes our body's stress response cycle, bringing us back to a more homeostatic state. And that's where we're going to feel more calm and clear and in control. But it's not that simple, is it? Some rage doesn't come from just one clean, identifiable violation that you can point to and resolve quickly and easily. Some of it's been brewing since childhood. Some of it's been inherited from systemic oppression, ancestral trauma, generations of people who were not allowed to feel what you're feeling right now. So it got passed down instead of being processed. Some of our rage is felt on someone else's behalf, from watching people you care about get hurt and have nowhere to put that stress energy. And some of your rage has come from so many directions and has been redirected so many times that you've lost track of where it actually started. And you just know that you feel angry a lot. So it's complicated and it's old. And unfortunately, it's not going to go anywhere until it's been witnessed and worked with. And not just once, but regularly for a while. And that's okay. So the real question is, if our rage is just sitting right there, ready to be felt and processed, why don't we? Sure, it's complicated. Yes, it takes time. But I think the real resistance to the work is that rage evokes a lot of fear. A lot of us have learned that expressing our rage is dangerous. There's too much to lose if we come across angry in a, quote, polite society. We're afraid of our reputation being tainted, of becoming a disruptor, of no longer being seen as the composed or easygoing or, quote, nice person. You might be afraid of losing your job or your relationships, or sadly, in some cases, losing your fucking life. I get it. Playing polite means playing it safe. That's why so many of us have gotten really good at keeping calm and keeping the peace. We're staying neutral. We're staying quiet because one of our basic primal needs is to belong to community, to be in relation with others. It's how we survive, but at what cost? Whose peace are we really keeping by suppressing our feelings? Whose safety are we protecting if we continue to allow our boundaries and integrity to be compromised? Who stands to benefit if we do not speak up against injustice towards ourselves and others? Ignoring the storm that's brewing inside you is not doing you any favors. It's distorting your energy. It's fueling self-doubt. It's inflaming resentment. And it's frying your fucking nervous system, making you more emotionally reactive instead of thoughtfully responsive. We're not here to just release our rage so we can go back to being passive and compliant in our own suffering. We don't want to release our shit so we can go back to being a yes girl. Remember, that rage has something to say about your boundaries, your values, your well-being. So instead of trying to not feel it, and instead of fearing it, instead I invite you to get curious about it, to explore safe and healthy ways to process it so you can use it as the valuable resource it really is. So you can stand up for yourself and the shit that really matters. And I know that sitting with your rage may sound real fucking scary. And not just because we believe we're safer in our silence, but because we may also fear our power. We see a lot of destruction and harm coming from the hands of angry people. So it's natural to fear that within ourselves. It makes sense to be concerned that we may also become that destructive and harmful. But that is a model for dominance and not personal or collective empowerment. That's why we're going to be responsible. We're going to tap into our values and ethics first. We're going to put intention into our practice. We're not here to release fury onto anyone else. At least, not yet. Just kidding, maybe. Anyway, yeah, we're here to find a way to let off some fucking steam so that we can take effective action, establish boundaries, and stand up for our needs from a place of clarity and confidence. So let's talk about how we do that. All right. So your rage, your fury, your anger, it's not a problem, right? It's information. And once you understand and embrace that, it's going to become a useful tool for supporting your nervous system, just like any other emotion. But your rage, your anger, it points straight to your values and gives you cues to what really matters in your life. And when you get real clear about what's important to you, you know exactly what needs protecting, what needs to change, and what you are no longer willing to accept. So that clarity, that's the first thing we're going to utilize. The second thing is the fuel itself. Rage is energy, and energy has to go somewhere. And you get to choose where it goes and how it gets delivered. But we don't do that just by thinking, right? We do that by moving the physical body in some way that expresses that rage. And we do that because the body is what's holding it. So it needs to be the thing that releases it. And there's no one or right way to do this. Whatever form of expression feels right for you in your current moment is exactly what you should be practicing, whether it's shaking or writing or screaming into the fucking void. It's all valid. And not to sound like a broken record, but this is what my Patreon is for. This is why I teach creative self-care. This is why I'm building the Uprising. You deserve to have the knowledge and the tools and community that help you to expand your body literacy, to deepen your self-awareness, and to teach you how to love and fucking empower yourself. It is possible for you to get to a place where you instinctively tap into your body, recognize your needs, and intuitively tend to them. And that happens so much easier when you're supported in that process. That's why I offer the course, Turn Stress into Strength. That's why I share weekly self-reclamations. It's why I'm building a bank of nervous system regulating tools. It's why I'm checking in personally. And it's all at Patreon and offered on a sliding scale because your well-being should not be blocked behind a fucking paywall. Though I do appreciate a monetary exchange if that's available to you. Always appreciated, never expected. Anyway, if you want to dive deeper into this work, I just posted a bunch of tools for rage and injustice at Patreon in the collection called The Practice, and it pairs perfectly with today's post. All right, my friend, I love you, I appreciate you, and I'm so proud of you for showing up today. I'll see you soon.